Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kaivalya Prabhu, very nice to see you and welcome to Sri Mayapur Dham. And we are very privileged to have your association here and want to know a little bit more about our founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and your experience. How did you join Krishna consciousness and how did you meet Srila Prabhupada? And please tell us about this.
So in 72 I came to US in early part, and then I was in Philadelphia. So at that time I had to go to downtown, Central City I should say, to get some visa paperwork for my US visa. So I went there. So as soon as I was walking to the office, I heard some nice Indian music with the kartals, mridanga and the harmonium with nice kirtan. So I was very impressed. I said, where this sound is coming, So I finished my visa work within few minutes. After that I followed that sound and I went, and after 3-4 blocks I saw some devotees dancing, looking very happy with shaved heads and with sikha. I have never seen this kind of people before, and I was very impressed. I asked where they are from and what group they are, and they said we are Prabhupada's follower and we have a center here in Philadelphia. And they asked me many questions also, and they invited me to temple for Sunday program. So I went following Sunday, and then once I reached the temple, I saw the big Jagannath, which I never saw, with big eyes and his arms and everything. So after seeing them, I was very, very impressed. I had heard about Jagannath temple in Puri, but I have never seen Jagannath deities, how they look like. But those deities were very nice, and they were performing the Aarti ceremony. That was very, very impressive. And after that, His Grace Rabindra Swarup Prabhu gave the class on Bhagavad Gita, and that class was so amazing that I thought, I will come every week. After that, I had so delicious prasadam, which had attracted me week after week to ISKCON Sunday feast, and that was the reason I was going. But then after hearing and eating prasadam, within 6 months, I got transformation. I started reading Bhagavad Gita and also associating with devotees. And as I was a physician, so some devotees had some medical problems, they will come to me. So slowly we got good association and good relationship. And then I keep going. I started helping them financially also, and taking prasadam actually cleaned my heart slowly. And then I was going like that every Sunday and each festivals for 1 year. In 73 April 1st, Srila Prabhupada came to Brooklyn Temple on Henry Street in New York. So our temple president announced that if somebody wants to see Srila Prabhupada, they can go in New York and see him, take his darshan and listen to his class. So I thought, this is a great opportunity for me to have the darshan of Srila Prabhupada and get his blessings. So at that time I didn't have the car. I immediately bought the car within 2 days, new car. And first time I drove to New York. It was very hectic drive to New York, because in New York people don't follow all the rules, regulations what US people follows. But somehow or the other I reached the temple safely, and when we reached inside, I talked to some few of his devotees, few of the Srila Prabhupada's devotees, and they said, no, you cannot see Srila Prabhupada. As I was in karmi dress, and at that time most of the devotees living in the temple, they were considered devotees, but people living outside, they were called karmis, so called. Nowadays we can see the reverse is happening. Very few devotees live in the temple and most of the devotees live outside the temple. So, but anyway, so Prabhupada's secretary I met, and he said, no, Prabhupada is translating right now, and after this he will take some rest, and I don't think you will have any time to see Srila Prabhupada. But then I was very frustrated by hearing this, very sorry that I cannot see Srila Prabhupada. So I was sitting in the corner of the temple doing chanting. After me, few more devotees came, Indian families came to meet Srila Prabhupada. So we were sitting on the steps leading to Srila Prabhupada's room, and we were talking in Hindi, very softly. But Srila Prabhupada somehow the other, he heard our talk in Hindi, so he knew some Indian people are here. So he suddenly opened the door, and once we saw Srila Prabhupada, we offered obeisance on the steps itself, and Prabhupada actually called us in his room. He said, "Come on in." So whatever his secretaries were telling, his servants were telling, we did ignore it, that we cannot see Srila Prabhupada, but Srila Prabhupada himself is telling, "Come on in my room." So we just went there, we offered our dandavats, and he spoke very cordially. Where are you from? What kind of profession you are performing? How long you are chanting? How long you are associating with the devotees? And all those things, he encouraged us to chant. Then I asked a question, that Prabhupada, I'm a physician, I hardly get any time for chanting. I just chant it, but my mind is not in the chanting, but it goes here and there many times. So what I should do? So Srila Prabhupada said, you keep chanting. Yeah, you keep chanting even though your mind goes, you try to bring it, but then again goes, try to bring it again, but you keep chanting, never leave chanting. He said, continuously chanting, maybe in few months or a year, you will see that you are focused in chanting, you will have some love for chanting. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. Then most three of us, told Prabhupada that we want to take your shelter, want to take initiation from him. So Prabhupada said to me particularly, because I was in Philadelphia, he said, I'm coming in Philadelphia in 75, and he said His Grace Ravindra Prabhu is organizing a big first Rath Yatra, Jagannath Rath Yatra there, and they have Jagannath temple. So you come there, so you live there, so at that time I will see you and we will talk about initiation and everything. So I was very happy. My trip to New York was very successful, and then I keep going to temple till 75, till when Srila Prabhupada came, and I was in the temple when she came. His Grace Srila Prabhupada came, and His Divine Grace, I should say, that when he came, we all offered our obeisances, and we took him to his room, offered him prasadam, and so he was very happy. And so I asked Srila Prabhupada when he was well situated after prasadam, that Prabhupada, you told me that you will talk to me about my initiation, what I should do. Prabhupada said that you can see this is Rath Yatra, and there is no way, there is no place. There are thousands of devotees here, and it will be very hard to organize the initiation ceremony. So somehow or the other, I requested him that what I should do. Then I really want initiation. So Prabhupada saw my enthusiasm. Also, he saw that I will be very sorry, if I don't get initiation. So he was so merciful. Then he called his secretary. He chanted few beats, and he gave me the mala at that, right on the spot. And he said, your name is Kaivalya. He said, you are initiated. So he said, there is no initiation ceremony for you, but anyway, next time when there is a yajna ceremony, you sit down in the yajna. So that was Prabhupada's mercy that I got separate initiation, private initiation, I should say, and I was very happy. Then in 77 there was yajna ceremony there, and I went there. So that way my initiation was taken place. And when I was sitting for the yajna, my wife was with me at that time. My wife came at that time, and Srila Prabhupada, actually my yajna ceremony was in New Vrindavan. So Kirtanand Swami was there, and he saw me with my wife because we were helping them in the kitchen that morning. So he said, your wife is not taking initiation? I said, no Maharaj. He said, no, she should take. He said, let me ask her Srila Prabhupada. So he called Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada gave her name, and he said, she sit down with you. She said, Prabhupada really recommends that both husband and wife should sit and take initiation together, so they can chant together, they can read Bhagavatam together, and they can do deity worship and everything. So family environment gets better. If one is devotee, one is not devotee, it's not very conducive for the bhakti. So that was, so then my wife was saying that I do not know anybody, I do not know Srila Prabhupada, I do not know any Krishna consciousness. Still she got initiation, and she was very happy later on that she took initiation from Srila Prabhupada, and so we all were happy. And that way, in next time I saw Srila Prabhupada in 76, when it was first Rath Yatra in New York City, and Srila Prabhupada was there, and he was dancing in the Rath Yatra. He came down from the Rath Yatra cart, and he was dancing with the devotees. In Philadelphia also, he saw so many devotees coming from all over India, all over US, all over Canada, all over South America, and many from other countries also. Everybody was there in first Rath Yatra, because nobody saw how the Rath Yatra is. It was on the West Coast before, but not many people participated. But in Philadelphia, most of devotees, his disciples and the well-wishers, they all came and attended the Rath Yatra. And Prabhupada was so happy that he came down from the Rath Yatra cart, and he joined the devotees, and walking on the road and dancing. He danced continuously, jumping at his age for almost 45 minutes. And everybody was worried. All his secretaries and servants were worried that if something happens to Prabhupada, we all will be very sorry. So they actually cheated Srila Prabhupada. They told Prabhupada, it is already Rath Yatra is here, finishing here, so you sit down in the car and go there, which was almost 1.5 miles away. But somehow the other Prabhupada went in the car, and then everybody got satisfied that nothing will happen to Prabhupada now, because if we keep dancing like that, something could happen. So his disciples actually took proper care of him and took him to the stage. So that was, so these 3 times I saw Srila Prabhupada. Later on I saw Srila Prabhupada also, but it was just from far away, because at that time Prabhupada had so many disciples, very hard to even talk to him, very hard to even see him, so, but it's so great, that I feel so good that I got the opportunity to see him and talk to him, and so it was very pleasant, and I feel fortunate myself to see His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much.
Srila Prabhupada has so many divine qualities.
Yeah.
By which divine quality you are attracted the most? And regarding all these spiritual realizations that you already have because of your spiritual life, which one you would consider to be the most important to share with us?
The quality of Prabhupada, he will very rarely get angry, because at that time every devotee is very new, they will make a lot of mistakes, but Prabhupada was taking it, forgetting them, and also he was very tolerant also, so he will just excuse them, whatever nonsense they were doing, he will accept any disciple at that point, and his main motive was to spread the Krishna consciousness, so everybody come closer to Krishna. He was Mahabhagavat, so that's why he actually kept his motto somehow or the other, he knew that in the Kali Yuga, we are living in a Kali Yuga, and all this fighting and everything, politics, everything will go, but we have to stay focused on our bhakti. That is most important thing, and Prabhupada was himself showing the example, it's not that he was theoretically talking, but he was showing himself, what kind of devotee we should be. So he showed by example. So if somebody is showing by example, the things, people accept that much more than just people are just telling, something and doing something. So that is not that effective. Other quality of Prabhupada he was very humble all the time. He never said I am so big devotee or I'm so big, and he all the time said I am servant of my Guru Maharaj and I am here because of his order and I have to fulfill that some or the other. And he had, third quality is he had so much faith in Lord Krishna that we can see, he got 2 heart attacks and still he said that. And he requested Supreme Lord that give him some strength, because he doesn't know the language properly, how the people will take him in this country. But somehow the other Krishna arranged everything for him. So if somebody has that kind of faith, Krishna definitely gets help, gives us the help, So those are main important qualities. And through the years, I am learning from ISKCON devotees by their blessings, all the Vaishnavas. I am realizing that this material world is nothing actually. There is no happiness at all. Lord gave me lot of money, lot of prestige, fame, everything. I was physician and I had my own hospital in US. But the real happiness comes only by following Krishna consciousness and chanting properly, hearing Srila Prabhupada's classes. So those gives real happiness. I am retired now for last 5-6 years and I am just trying to spread Krishna consciousness, going from one place to other place, and whatever time Krishna gives me, I will use my time in spreading Krishna consciousness, preaching village to village, town to town. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna.
much.